Mr. Watkins, rebuttal.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, since the state has the burden of proof in this matter, we get to close and respond to what they have put forth in response to Mr. Becker's presentation. And I would like first to thank you for your service in this matter and listening all the days that you sat in this case, 90-some exhibits, 16 witnesses. And as His Honor has said, and will tell you, you decide what to believe or not to believe. I want to hone in on the nonsense that this
Objection sustained.
from the evidence that you will decide what is true or not true. I want to hone in on the untruths that have been presented by the defense in this matter as to what happened. And the best way is to reflect and to put together this short period of time regarding the shooting on the airplane. 11 years later, she had time to think of a story. And the two officers, Tony Sano, the FBI agent, Bill Bolden. A woman, a wife, does not kill a husband without good reason. I'm sure you remember that. And she goes through that story, that all the shots, and she said 3 shots, always upstairs on that airplane. Shots that were to his back. Shots to his back and 1 to his head. You will have the photographs. She says, after 1 hour in the shower, she's locked out. They have this confrontation. You will also get this same story that was given to this man, the first one. Comes out of the shower, she's got a gun. And she suggests to you that Claudia Hoerig, 6 foot tall, who had taken guns when she was after that accident from her.
Objection.
And that's the evidence.
Okay, the jury determines what evidence was presented. Go forward.
Pushes her down, and the gun's in her hand. I'm going to suggest to you that that story did not happen. There is no way that victim would come out of that shower, have a gun pointed at herself, a gun in her hand, she's going to kill herself. He is going to disarm her. And the evidence from that statement, she says, oh, he let me keep the gun. And then you have a hostile wife that's got a gun in her hand, confronts you coming out of the closet, and you have her hand is pushed down, she's shoved down, and she says, you can listen to the tape, he let me keep the gun. Got a loaded .357. The other guns are in the vehicle at that time, on that 12th day of March 2007, and he's walking away, according to Claudia Hoerig version on the plane. I put that version 1. 3 quick shots. Sano, Bolden. What do we hear from those persons that took the state as she is flying back to the United States of America? that she's tumbling down the steps. All the shots are upstairs on that version.
I'm going to object again.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, we determine the evidence. Go ahead and proceed.
Those shots are taken. In that testimony, I think if you listen to what, and go through that video, that first part, that first hour, to this detective virtually did it. Then she says, she shoots him, she thinks she saved 2 bullets for herself, and then she goes and tracks him, and she's going to take her own life. Not one time on air, not one time did she say that she shot 5 shots. Not one time did she say she shot anywhere else but on the top of the steps. And not one time did she say that she shot him in any confrontation. He's walking away by the steps. And what did the forensic evidence show? There's no blood at the steps. This man examines and says, you know, we got the autopsy report, words to that effect. Did you have a close shot? And she says, you know, there could have been 5 shots. I know there were 3. It's possible, the video did, 7 It's possible that I went down those 10 steps that Mr. Becker pointed out, 10 steps, and shot the guy. And I may have shot him close. She testified to you, when you listen to the videotape, it's different than what she said to this officer. She says, oh, I went all the way down after I took those shots. Well, let's put this also together with, and this is why it's important. Ambush. What is an ambush? You have somebody that doesn't know they're going to be shot. And when you have an ambush, you often may see shots in the back. We know bullet room number 3, the 3rd shot was down the bottom of the steps, assuming you believe the doctor and all the physical evidence given by the state in this matter from the crime scene. You will have the reloaded weapon, 357s, hollow points. You're going to find from the photographs that you have that this man was shot on the right side of his head. He's laying like that, and you will see the photograph of his blood and that bullet stuck right in the floor. She didn't give any of that until he confronted her over an hour into this tape session when she was confronted with, we got a closed wound. That's possible. That makes a huge difference in the scenario. Because the circumstantial and the evidence you have from her statement, it's for you to decide how it goes together. It has been a crooked puzzle.
Objection.
That she has portrayed a crooked puzzle. The pieces don't fit. They don't fit because she could not tell you the truth. It goes along with buying the gun. It goes along with target practicing, hollow points. All this fits together. It fits together that she had a plan when he came home to kill him. Irrespective, it doesn't matter how long that plan was in effect, as long as you find from the evidence that it was considered, the method and means were used, and she certainly, with 5 shots total, 3 hits, leaving the top stairs, where she says, I was a killer from the upstairs, and all of a sudden she changes her version. I'm a killer from upstairs and downstairs. And remember Dr. Fila, and I want to talk about, I think you're going to find a report that says 38 caliber, that's the size of the bullet.
Objection.
Overruled. gentleman.
You had plenty of evidence about the loaded .357. You can look at the shells. That's the size of the bullet, and also the base of the bullet. Remember Slither, Martin, talking how a .38 can go into .357? There is not that much difference in the bullets. And remember Philo? He said it doesn't matter if you have a .38 or a .357, they're going to kill you.
I'm going to object.
Overruled.
He did not say
Closing
that.
argument.
It doesn't make a difference, thank you, Your Honor. It doesn't make a difference in this case whether she uses the .38 or the .357. She's buying all the ammo. She's going home with the gun. This man is leaving that house. He was on a flight, and she's talking to her boyfriend while he's on the flight. You didn't have any evidence.
Overruled. This is closing arguments. Proceed.
You have no evidence Carl was running around with anyone. Did you find another pathologist come in this courtroom to say that Philo wasn't telling the truth? None. As Mr. Becker showed you, there's no self-defense, there's no insanity. This is
Objection. I've never raised any of that.
He didn't say there was one. He said there wasn't one. Go ahead.
This doctor that came in gave a scenario that is a brutal, cold-blooded killing. You're going to see the man with his shoes. What is this man laying like this on the bottom of the stairs? Those two shoes aren't on. And when the doctor said, when that gunshot wound, B, it went out, bending over. Sure, Carl's not here to say what he was doing down the bottom of the steps, but I know one darn thing for sure, he never fell down those steps.
I'm going to object.
Overruled.
Thank you, Your Honor. He didn't fall down those steps. He was at the bottom of the steps. She had her laser on him and shooting him and killing him. Now, let's talk about where's the shoes located. This man said, you know, if you shoot somebody for your shoes, they're going to move, of course. What did the doctor say? You get that gunshot wound number A, didn't kill him, went down, it's going to disable you. You just shot a man. He's down at the bottom of the steps. If you're getting ready to put your shoes on, that's what you would infer, whether you believe that. You can disregard it. What happens? He's moving.
Objection. He just said he wasn't moving.
Again, ladies and gentlemen, you know what the testimony was. Let's wrap it up, Mr. Watkins.
Your Honor, it was covered by him. You're shot, you're moving. Things are going to be in a different position. And remember Dr. Philo. He said, A, from behind, crouch. It's in his pocket. Remember? B, it didn't come out of his chest. My likely theory is that he's on the floor when he's shot with B. It stays in. And, no doubt, you believe our evidence. 12 to 24 inches from his head. Who'd have got? Bang! She did it. Ladies and gentlemen, jury, Claudia Hoerig has been on a long flight. It's time for him to land and put to rest this case. This case that has been proven to you beyond all reasonable doubt that he committed, that she committed the crime as charged. Claudia Hoerig is guilty of aggravated murder. And that's the way we see the evidence, and we ask you for a verdict as charged. Thank you.
Right, ladies and gentlemen, jury, that concludes the closing arguments of counsel. The balance of this trial is the instructions of the court, and thereafter we'll commence deliberations. It's it's too late in the day to do that at this point in time. It's best that I give you the instructions right before you go back. So we're going to adjourn for tonight. We're going to come back tomorrow at 9 o'clock and report to the Pettit jury room. We'll come up with instructions, and you'll have the case for deliberation in the morning. Again, avoid all media, written and video, internet. Do not discuss this case among yourselves or with anyone else. Do not formally express an opinion. We'll see you tomorrow at 9 o'clock.